6th, 2015 Board of Selectmen meeting. Our chair, Selectman Hillman, is delayed and should be joining us shortly. A couple of announcements. Tax bills. Third and fourth quarter real estate and personnel property tax bills for 2015 have been mailed on December 31st. The third quarter bills are due on Monday, February 3rd, 2015. Payments can be mailed, brought into the office, left in the lockbox, and paid online by visiting the town website. Dog licenses. The 2015 dog license are available at the town clerk's office. Please be sure to bring a current rabies vaccination for verification purposes. The fees are $6 for fixed male or female and $10 for non-fixed male and female. The last day for dog license is March 31st, 2105, but I think that's supposed to be 2015 to avoid a $10 late fee. Applications are available on the town clerk's page to download and mail in with payment, copy of rabies and self-addressed stamped envelope to mail dog tag. And then, of course, the winter parking ban is still in effect until April 15th. And there you go.
Hi. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Are we all called to order?
Yes.
All right, great. Sorry I was late.
I did the announcement, but we haven't approved the agenda or anything.
Work has been a little chaotic today, to say the least, with the cold.
So additions to the agenda?
Yeah, Robert is going to be joining us. He's over at the Open Space Committee, but
You had an amendment, right?
he has two.
Okay.
So the first one is the intermunicipal agreement with Groton that he had emailed about. I have hard copies of that. The second is late this afternoon, we just got the senior tax work-off applications.
Oh, good.
So he'll be announcing that rollout under his report.
Okay.
Senior work-off.
Town Master's report. So that was the senior work-off and the...
Intermunicipal with
Yep.
Groton.
Okay.
Was it Groton? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wasn't there something else you had tonight, too?
Nope. That was it. Chris, can you sign this before we do that?
Oh, sure.
Making a motion to approve the agenda as amended?
Seconded?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes. Chair says aye. The amendment is approved for this evening. Welcome, everybody. My apologies for my usual tardiness.
You're consistent anyway.
I am consistent.
Actually, you were early for your normal.
I walked in the door at 20 minutes of 7 unshowered, and my daughter said, "There's no way you can do it." Came pretty close.
Very good.
All right, so first, and I really don't have much to say except I'm going to ad-lib. This is really a special event. If you follow the Scouts, the recognition of
You can read that.
Jacob Miska, and of course we have the official proclamation, Mr. Miska, and then I'd like to speak a little bit. Yes, Jacob, could you come up please first? Welcome. Yeah. So, the Ayer Board of Selectmen, on behalf of the town of Ayer, wishes to congratulate you on achieving the most prestigious rank of Eagle Scout. Your chosen project, updating computers, software, game, and homework stations in the classroom of the Ayer Child Care Program, will expand the opportunities for children in the town of Ayer. We also note with great appreciation your commitment to the planning and execution of the extraordinary project. This is a huge deal, and I don't know if a lot of people realize that. So the Miskas are friends of mine, and Jacob's not only active in this, he emceed the lip sync show this year for the school. He's pretty much one of the founding members of the robotics team, which went all the way to St. Louis last year, I think in your first year, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you're
You got rookie of the year.
yeah, no, absolutely. So we should all climb up here, but we all deserve a
Yeah.
picture with you. So
Here, Chris, let me
congratulations. We are.
grab that piece of paper off
yeah,
the back.
everyone. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. Thanks.
You want to make a speech or anything? We all crowd in here. Got it? Go. Good job. Congratulations. Keep up the good work. Proud of you. All of you should be proud. Very much so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's a tough thing to do. There's not too many people that finish their Eagle.
No, and
Yeah.
And I believe,
Choose Eagle.
yeah.
68.
David, you're an Eagle?
Dave, you're an Eagle?
Oh my God!
Congratulations.
Made it at 14.
Wow.
Wow.
Jacob, you're a junior?
Sophomore.
Sophomore?
So
Wow.
pretty close.
15 when he completed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good, very good.
Good.
Awesome.
We had
Alright.
nothing else to do back then. 21 merit badges were like that.
I went to Webelos. Does that mean anything?
That was a Girl
But I
Scout.
was like 21. I think.
Jacob, congratulations. Really,
Thank you.
Very proud.
Good job.
Thank you. Have a good night. Drive carefully, Walter. All right.
Glad you're right in time.
Yes, yes. Do we have anybody here for public input? We are going scarce in the audience today.
Is there- Wait a minute.
It's cold out.
Crowd. Okay. No, I think we're good.
And may I ask, should we be wearing makeup before the meetings now? What's with these new cameras? They're not high def, are they?
They make us lose 10 pounds, right?
Don's-
Don, talk to us. So we, what's going on here? We got,
Good.
yeah, no, it's,
Yeah, the old cameras are just so old, and even though they look the same, they've been replaced many times over the years.
Sure.
Kept breaking down, so just nice that we have something high quality. And we're in the process of getting the remotes working.
uh-huh,
So we're gonna be able to swivel and move all the cameras.
Great.
Eventually.
okay.
Yeah.
No, awesome.
Okay, I know most cameras make you gain 10 pounds. Are these ones going to make you lose 10 pounds?
I think
Yes.
it will a little bit, I think it squishes the picture a little bit.
Yeah. and-
Oh, okay.
Feel a little bit.
All right.
It gives you a tan and hair on the back of your head. so
Okay,
it
there we go.
catches the back
As
end.
long as we look better. That's all that's important.
So public input, we have nobody, so moving right along.
There's no poll person.
No, I think she just
Oh.
came in.
Yeah.
She's got 7:15.
Yeah, so we got 5 minutes for that.
7:07, so.
Did everybody have a nice, happy New Year?
Yeah, no, Happy New Year to everybody. I haven't
Happy
seen
New Year,
anybody.
Happy New Year.
I'm hoping everybody had a good holiday and a Happy New Year.
Mr. Chair, can we take David ahead of him? All right.
Yeah, David, I don't mind making National Grid wait a little bit. I mean,
Yeah.
David, would you?
Well, it
are
can't
you-
go 7:15 anyways.
Yeah, are
Yeah.
you,
Or we could at least do the lip agreement, because that's pretty quick. It's
Sure.
number 2, David's number 2.
okay.
All right.
Either way.
Yeah, come on.
Jeez, trying to get you out
I
of here
know,
early.
jeez.
And you're fighting it?
I have an appointment with FinCom too.
All right.
Oh, there you
So-
go.
Wow, the building's. I
Don't
was
let them
wondering why-
wait.
That was part of the problem. I couldn't find a parking spot out here. I had to
Oh, yeah?
come out in the street.
Here's the, here's what they
Okay.
Happy New Year.
come back to.
Yeah, to
You all,
both of you.
Happy New Year to you all.
Yes, thank you.
Why don't you, go
Okay.
so hard on this, why don't you just give, it's part of my update, but we'll go to this to let you know exactly where it stands.
Well, we've got the regulatory agreement ready to go, and this is to make for the Habitat property, this is the LIP agreement, so that both houses will be counted in our affordable housing inventory. But we need you guys to sign it. Actually, we need you, Chris, to sign it.
Okay.
And then it goes to Boston, and after that's all done and been recorded, we can then transfer the land.
Okay.
Let them know that they finished the documentation too.
Oh, yes.
All the three things. have
Yes,
been done
so
by
we have
Copeland.
Yeah, we've got everything ready for Copeland and Page, the land development agreement, and the arson tax delinquency statement, which is an interesting statement, but we won't go into that. It must be a state law. But all the documentation's ready. We can transfer as soon as this gets recorded.
Okay. And where, I mean, I know it's only 2 units, but where are we in terms of the affordable and where we're supposed to be? And I know no one's there in terms of state. I know there's a threshold that the state wants each community to be
Well,
at.
we put it
Oh,
at
that's right.
80.
Yeah.
We put it at 80% of, but Habitat has much lower ranges for that.
Okay.
Off the top of my head,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's something like 65%.
Yeah.
But don't hold me to that
Okay.
because I'm not remembering what the range is.
Mhm.
Because we're doing it under LIP, LIP has to be under 80%.
Sure.
But Habitats are actually much more affordable than that.
Mm-hmm.
And so we threw it in at 80 just because that's the LIP requirement, but Habitat has their own requirements that they are going
Sure.
to enforce.
Are they, and you may not know the answer to this, so sorry, are they still, with the weather and the ground freezing solid, do they still feel like they're on schedule?
Well, there's one look, they've changed the outlook of, they've got to go before
planning on Thursday night.
Oh,
The,
setback things or something?
no, it's actually the design.
The design of the
change in
change.
building.
It was gonna be set back, but now it's not, or it wasn't.
And Gabe has approved it in theory, but because the planning board had already,
Let's just do it the right way.
yeah, so they're gonna go before the planning board
Okay.
on Thursday night.
They chose to make it, because what you looked at it on the RFP
Hmm.
was a cape.
Mhm,
It's going to be it's gonna be single story,
mhm.
okay? And that's what's going in front of planning.
I see.
So they've changed the design a little bit, and that has to do with ledge and,
Yeah,
Right,
yeah, I know,
right.
that's a very rough site, so.
So we would assume at this point that they'll probably kind of put the project on somewhat of a construction hold, you know, because
Yeah.
the weather can really dramatically change now.
It has, yeah.
You know, so you wouldn't want to deal with even footings or.
Right.
No,
Sure.
exactly.
anything
Yep.
like that.
Yep.
and actually to make a plug while we're on TV. So, because they still are doing their family search
Mm-hmm.
right now, so anybody that might be interested can contact the Habitat North Middlesex. Wait a minute, okay.
We can contact
That
them.
North
And I was gonna say, can they
Central.
contact your
They
office
can
too?
contact my office,
I think
and then
I
I
got
can
a-
give them,
I think there's a poster on my,
and there's a poster, and it's online as well.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
and it's North Central Habitat, Massachusetts Habitat for Humanity, and they are looking for families right now. So if anybody's interested in that, they should contact them, or me.
All right, fantastic. So do you have that LIP paperwork? I can sign that for you right now if you'd like.
yeah.
We need a motion
Do we?
Yeah.
Do we? Yeah, okay. Give it from you.
So we're looking for a motion to approve the LIP agreement between the town of Ayer and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts?
Yes, and it's actually three parties. It's the Commonwealth of Massachusetts,
Habitat,
Habitat, and the town of Ayer.
okay. Make a motion to approve the local initiative program regulatory agreement and declaration of restrictive covenants for ownership project between the town of Ayer, Commonwealth of Massachusetts through the Department of Housing and Community Development and Habitat for Humanity, North Central Mass, 138 Great Road, Acton. Done.
Second.
To be signed by the chair, second.
Oh,
Oh, sorry.
to be signed by the chair, correct.
Seconded.
All in favor, Gary?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes, chair says aye. Just, is there like 7,000 of them? Or
Yeah.
is there?
There's, I think, there's four, but we've got them marked.
Yeah, I marked them, but they're on like the opposite side.
Oh, I see.
So
Fantastic.
you just sign.
Yep. Associate municipality, all right.
And then I'll fill in the rest and I'll notarize it tomorrow.
Alicia, do you need these now, or can I fill these out at the end of the meeting and
You
give them
can
to
do
Carly?
it.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah.
just because it's, yeah.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll
Just
be up
use
here
the
forever.
vote. Okay,
Okay.
you guys all set with me?
Yes.
You're released.
Alicia, drive carefully. The road.
Fly.
Alicia, drive a little back. The road's getting a little slick out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Came sideways
Have a
around
good
the
one.
corner.
Yep,
You want
bye.
to take the poll?
What's that?
Want to take the poll?
Do you mind, David? It'll
No,
just
I'm
be
here.
just a second if you.
No, of
Yeah,
course.
I'd
Not at
rather
all.
have
Let
more
the
time.
Constituents go first.
Miss National Grid.
Yeah.
Okay, Iris. Nice to see you again. And I promise when you come again, I'll remember your name. Sorry, we were a little ahead of schedule, so we took them.
Town of Ayer notice of public hearing, Air Board of Selectmen. Air Board of Selectmen will be conducting a public hearing on Tuesday, January 6, 2015, at 7:15 at the Air Town Hall First Floor Meeting Room, 1 Main Street, Air. National Grid's request permission to locate poles, wires, fixtures, including the necessary sustaining and protecting fixtures along and across the following public way. Central Ave to install one SO pole. Is that SO pole? Beginning at the point of approximately 173 feet southeast of the existing pole 6, and to install new pole 6-50 Central Ave, located 73 plus or minus southeast from existing pole 6. The pole is also located 15 feet northwest of the existing pole 6-1, located on private property. This pole is required to provide the customer located at 31 Central Ave with a new three-phase pad-mounted electrical service. Plan number 166-41299. Christopher Hillman, Chairman, Janice L. Livingston, Vice Chair, Gary G. Luca, Clerk, December 19, 26, 2014. Public Spirit?
Yep.
And that's all I got.
I've been working over there. I understand what this is for, and I don't think it's an obstruction to any, so I would make a motion to approve pole number 6-50 on Central Ave, located diagonally across from 31 Central Ave, as outlined by the clerk. Does that work?
Seconded.
Is that okay?
I love it.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
If anyone's here.
Yeah, I'm sorry the room was empty before.
Yeah.
Sorry I didn't look up.
Okay.
Is anybody here that would like to speak on this?
I'm in a butter.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm fine.
Yeah, you are too. Yeah. You good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good? All right.
Thanks for asking.
Yeah, no problem.
David.
David?
Oh, David, yes.
On behalf of John Hilliard, who came to see, I don't know if we're early, but since it was, I guess this is someone on his behalf, I want you to know that he was making the effort to come if we're early. It wasn't because he didn't want to come to the meeting, so, because Robert and I actually talked to him earlier, so I
Yeah.
just wanted you to know, as in my position and a fellow, that he is cognizant of the fact that the pole is there to help them, and he had
Sure.
intended to be here, so I didn't want the board to think that.
No, and I spoke to Mr. Hilliard too, and I know he's going out of his way to make this go underground and into the building, so I mean, he's, I don't think it's going to be, yeah, no, I appreciate that, thanks.
I realized that
Yep.
his intention was if you're early or he's late or something to that effect.
No, not at all. Gary, go ahead.
Do you know if there's going to be any disruption in service?
It might be a small one
Yeah,
when they do the switch over.
okay.
Yeah, because it's some big power. That's three-phase power they're bringing in there, yeah.
Yeah, well, it just,
Yeah.
it puts me out of business. I want to know that
Well, what they do is.
I'm
they
at
do-
the post office.
No, they do coordinate it, and that anyone that, would be affected, ahead of time.
Oh, okay, all right, great, thanks.
So you'll know when the lights go out.
Yeah.
Oh, this must be it.
Yeah, all in favor?
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
Chair says aye. The poll is approved. And here's Mr. Hilliard right now.
Yeah.
We were just talking about you, John.
Yeah, we just
Yeah.
approved the
Yeah,
poll.
you got your poll.
You got your poll.
Yeah, your poll.
Yeah,
Yeah, no problem.
we're good?
Yep. So, Iris, I'll have these signed and send them in to Vinnie? or-
Yes.
Okay,
then.
perfect.
Thank you, and thank you for including me, so
Yeah.
things don't get.
Yeah, thank you, Iris.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Have a nice one.
Have a
You have a
nice
good
one.
night, stay warm.
Drive carefully. It's a little slick out there.
There
Make a
are
motion.
couple slick spots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have been me coming around the counter on two wheels, but
Make a motion to close the public hearing?
Seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair says aye. Public hearing is closed. Moving right along. Are we getting more done, or is there less to do? Because it feels
It's
like
less
we're
to
just...
do and we're more efficient.
Yeah, no, I mean, I didn't
We
mean
have
that.
we have gotten more efficient.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
So,
and
yes.
Thank you, Carly and Robert. But I mean, it feels like we're.
Yeah, I
think
guess
it's
she's
just kind
helped
of
a little bit.
Yeah, it's, whatever.
No, I was just looking at the agenda, going, wow.
We didn't even notice somebody was missing at the table.
Yeah.
There's no
We're
reason,
cranking right through, aren't we?
Crank it right through.
you don't have to slow it up or anything.
No, don't
Yeah,
worry.
yeah, yeah.
Don't worry. Don't worry. I probably have to go back to work, so I'm ready to get out of here. David, come on back up. Thanks for waiting.
You must be tired after vacation anyway.
Oh, thank you.
The time change is, you know what I love being on the West Coast? Is that everybody calls at 7 a.m. still on the East Coast, even though you're telling them you're out there.
Thank you.
How do you like those Santa Ana winds? Were they?
It was cool.
Yeah.
It was about, I mean, I thought it was great. It was about 60, 65, but really chilly at night.
Yeah.
It was nice.
Oh, yeah, I hear Jack says only Tommy can drive.
Yes, Tom is the dedicated driver for the Hillman family. The boys are very,
That's what I heard.
very fond of Mr. Horgan. Hi, David.
Hi, David.
Again?
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We missed you.
The
So
floor is yours.
as I promised, I've put together just kind of a closing of the year in the last couple of months. We can just hit some of the highlights. The reason I didn't obviously do this before was because of the holiday and some people were getting back to me. But back to the Rotary, the Wendy's is open, are going to be redone in the spring as planned. Taco Bell is open. I've met with the manager. I actually dined there with Melissa Federoff. We had the manager sit down with us for a couple of minutes. She made her case. I told him about the Business Alliance cards, whatever he needs as he goes along. Since that's a corporate place out of Tennessee, I just asked him to maybe give me some contacts so they can know back at corporate what the town is about, other than just putting up the building, what they could get involved with. To what extent, I don't know if they'll have a district rep. He said he would put me in touch with that person when, they were up.
Was that the gentleman that came before us for his comment vehiculars?
No, I think that was, they were representing the team that goes out and puts up the stores themselves.
Just to give them a little shout out, they did, not knowing, load the Rotary in the surrounding areas and streets with Taco Bell now open,
Right.
and I got a couple of complaints. I didn't like it either, and
Right.
Carly notified them, and they couldn't have, and I think you may have too. They were out there
Right.
within minutes
Right.
and sending apologies. So I mean, I appreciate that. I know they were
Yeah.
new to the area, so that was good.
Downtown, last time we had the Spalding Building open, and since I'm sure you saw the articles in the paper of the last Spirit that we have 2 great new stores, Heads Up, which is totally open, and the Union Coffee Shop. They're hard at work, a nice young couple. It's going to be a great experience for them to open the business there. They're basically, looking for an opening towards the end of middle part of February. Of course, everybody knows the Subway's open. Again, we did the same thing. I met with the owner, gentleman that basically is working a lot of the hours. Introduced him to the Business Alliance, to the Chamber, of the things that were going on, who some of his other neighbors were as far as, who to talk to, who could help, things of that nature. The loan for the flatbread company was approved, so they basically are on a really get-go, heavy-duty path to get all the installation of the appliances and things of that nature. They had basically framed out a lot of the building, so now they'll have to come back to both Board of Health and to Gabe for, the finalization. But they're looking for maybe a mid-February opening of that restaurant as well, the New England Flatbread.
Great.
I've been working on this situation, which is actually taking on some good legs of putting up a map legend of services in the restaurants we have in town at the beginning of the footpath by the mailbox, actually, by August's, to if people, when they come off the path. It would basically be both two-sided, but basically you would know which direction to go to a restaurant or some of the services off. That's actually the design has been done, and I've also contacted someone who's basically the same person who helped us with the street poles on Main Street through DPW to get me a non-lit ornamental pole that would match. That will be basically, put in the ground the same way. It'll have the footing and the long spikes and things of that nature. So we've basically got that whole infrastructure ready to go, and we'll just kind of wait till the spring to finalize that. What'll happen there is all the different poles that have different signs, one for the rail trail, one for the historic, it'll all become part of this same pole. So
Hopefully the train station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parking.
Yeah, I was hoping
that
for
as
an
well.
update tonight. I may provide my own in a little bit, but
Sorry.
No.
You're right though. 100%.
It'll get
right.
one permanent place.
Yep.
Fitchburg Road, of course, the Family Dollar's moving along. I know the company's going through conservation. I actually sat in with a conversation that Mr. Silva had with them. They've got some upcoming things just to finalize with zoning, planning.
Yeah.
I actually had the opportunity to meet with a potential new tenant for the Hannaford's yesterday with Mr. DiGeronimo. I've just been asked to keep it confidential, but it's a very strong situation of the situation that he wants at this time, which is a local Western Massachusetts grocery store chain that people will be familiar with, but will want to come in there and basically do some upgrades and have him begin to, they'll use the building, and he still has the intent to expand that shopping center, into a larger shopping area. With that store as the footprint. Build around it, then fix it, start with it, that type of thing. So that was I was very excited about that meeting. That was a great thing to happen on a Monday after the vacation, that they just basically, he had somebody that was ready to look at it, and he thinks it'll be a good situation. Nice, very nice
And the
gentleman.
Hannaford's, it was January 1st, correct? They're now closed?
No, January 31st.
31st, okay,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
West Main Road, Greater Horizons is open. They also own, the company that owns that building that they just did over at, I think, 201 West Main, owns the bungalow and the brew locker. And they've actually they've cleaned out the contents of the brew locker, and the owners are kicking around the idea of basically either doing something with the building or doing something with the site. They just haven't taken it to that second level yet, but that's good that they're making some ongoing intent on that piece of property down on West Main with the other things that we have going on with the DPW and the project we have to relook at that site.
David, do you know if that property's all cleaned up? I know there was some,
As a matter of fact, they had brought that up and asked me questions about it. They have less of the environmental concerns up to their property line as a property line for the consignment video shop had for when it was the cleaners and that type of situation.
Okay.
Cleaners,
So I think,
Yeah.
to answer your question,
that's what did it.
I think the fact that they bought it was because they had less of an issue. What they actually had an issue was there a gas station across the street in its day? There was actually some contamination of a gas station, they told me, that was in the property, I think, where Mr. Moore now has his storage buildings. And there was some taint in the ground of leakage from that, but not to the level that they had to clear the property. So it wasn't actually the neighbor abutment of the consignment shop, which was, I guess, in its day, prior to the video, another cleaners. It was actually something that was across the street that had come over.
Oh, okay.
Another big, I think one of the bigger things we have on the horizon is a large expansion at Catania Spagna, which is going on. They're going to go to a larger track design where now I think they only have one, possibly two, but they want to go to 5 sidings with a building that will cover all these tracks in this area, because they're going to go to, right now, because they do tank cars where they ship their product only in the teens in a month. They're going to go closer to 50 in this time when this is completed, to be able to, they'll be able to load them, store them, and that will mean that they're going to increase the capacity as far as their manufacturing goes, which means more people. So this in turn is going to be a very big, this is going to keep them here for a long, long time. Because
They've taken over the Keynes building too.
Oh, yes, they have bought the Keynes building across
So
the street.
they did buy it?
They
Okay,
did buy it,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
So
I
they
noticed
they now need that for their storage as
Yeah.
well. So they're a big, very, very big player in that part of our.
I've used their products for years. They used to be in Somerville.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because they added on to that building about 10 years ago too. They
Right.
put a large addition
And
onto that.
they
yeah.
just purchased some of the, Arvent Mills milling company sold them some property right near to that, so they'd have enough room. They had the property, so there wouldn't be any issues with being too close, butting, things of that nature. They've had a great meeting with the department heads and the building official to get things started. Actually, I think both Chief Murray and Chief Pedrazi were there, as well as I think Robert was too, as myself. So we're helping them with that. They're moving along. We've
Nice.
given them all the dates they need, the times. We're making sure that they don't have to worry about when they need stuff in. We're making sure that they, as they go along their timeline, that they get the proper time for any kind of public hearings they need, things of that nature. We're trying to make sure that they're
They're good people too. As
taken
someone that
care of.
travels that road, several times a day, they're good neighbors, at least so far. So
Yeah,
so-
well, I mean, they've got a great stake on that in the town now, on NEMCO. We've gone through the habitat situation. I'm in the process, very strongly in the process of updating my page on the website, and I understand that Robert has asked me to also help Ms. Knox basically get on a committee to look at kind of the whole thing. I'm going to have a real estate page where we'll list every possible piece of real estate, the contact, pictures of it. You'll be able to, if you just want to kick the tires here in town, basically go to the website, bring up a spot, take a look at it. Also, I want to have I want to have access in a current page where I can have changeable stuff that's upcoming events, anything that would affect people's view of the business community, new openings, things of that nature. So that's, I would like to, we're working on having that completed by the end of February. I've also got the thing going with the Historic Society. I met with them, and we're working on this kiosk that I like to do on some of the poles of doing a walking tour that would take you all the way through town. We've gotten to the stage where we know what we'd like it to look like, but now we got to find out what it would cost to do what it is we need to do. But I have their support. They'll actually probably send a letter to you to the next meeting saying that they're on board with this particular project and do what they can, and we'll try and look for the funding and what it will cost and see how it would work. CDBG is just going through the roof. They're busy, we're busy doing what they want, they're busy doing what we need. We've actually been on the street 3 Saturdays. Alicia's come with some help from me, from somebody else, and to go canvass the people who haven't been giving us back stuff. Very, very active. We're going to meet the deadline. That's going very well. Still got some stuff going on at Makerspace and the fire station. I left to last. It's in very good shape, but basically it's been going between the lawyers, and our council has finally sent, or I should say has sent, our final drafts to their lawyer, which includes the revised purchase and sales agreement, a land development agreement, and the historic preservation agreement. Once this is ironed out, we're ready to move ahead and sign the paperwork.
And as you know, I do work for the developer, and we spoke on another project today, and he did speak very highly of you on this. And said you guys were meeting later this week on something else, CBG, or I forget what it was, but he said it was the attorneys that were driving him crazy, so I wanted to pass that on, so
Yeah,
good
well,
work.
I mean, they were doing their work, and I'm
Yeah.
sure it's not something you can just, it's not like drafting a letter. I'm sure that Oz was looking out for the best interests of the town, and his is looking out for he and his partner as well. But they're very excited about it, and they want to go in a couple different directions. They're not, they want to see what will be the best bang for their buck, but their intent is to make, just to kind of do what Mr. France did and make something that would be a nice legacy to their company here in town.
Sure.
So,
No, that would be great to get that, because we're still paying for the lights, and I know Janice feels the same way I do. We're still paying for the lights, we're paying for the heat, and
Turn off the
and
lights. Turn off the
insurance,
lights.
so it would be nice to shuffle that along.
When the
Right.
balloons have been released, I will know it's finally happened.
so any other questions on anything else that any of you have seen or heard about? Selectman Luca, I like him because his people are out and about, and they can bring him back info to what's going on.
Secret squirrel stuff,
Intel.
yeah.
Intel. He's got all his spies out there,
Yeah.
which is good to have.
They're on all fours,
Yeah.
searching through rocks.
I could be wrong on this, but I was under the understanding that the old Clean It building had sold.
I won't say sold.
There's activity?
very, very strong
Okay.
activity.
Good.
Yeah. And another thing I didn't put in there, but I had a great meeting with one of the larger landowners that you had suggested, who basically doesn't really want to have his name out there yet. But another large parcel we have on 2A, there's a lot of responsible dialogue about doing something with that piece of property.
Oh,
now.
so that is
A next
possibility.
yes.
Okay, fantastic.
We've actually had a great meeting by
Great.
his wood stove, and basically
No, thank
thrown
you.
down a gauntlet and said, let's see what we can do together on this.
No, that's
So there's a lot, I mean, there's really a lot happening when you think, a lot's gonna happen all of a sudden here in the spring. New building on 2A, 2 new buildings here in town, among other things.
New Wendy's gonna be.
yeah, and the Wendy's, that is, I know it was approved, but they're moving along with that.
They're
That's
just waiting, I guess this has to happen like within weeks, so they really need a weather frame. They'll have to get out of the bad weather. It comes down.
it's like an extreme home makeover, right? They come in,
Yeah.
level it.
I've seen
come in,
McDonald's
yeah,
do it.
yeah.
It comes
The whole
down
building's
and
coming right
It's
to the
almost like a
ground. And
prefab.
there's actually a new one in Cranston where I used to work, and the design is really nice. It's like a new style McDonald's. A lot
Great.
less, young demographic.
It's a
lot
weird
more-
parking lot, the way it's set
Yeah,
up
I
now,
know
too,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's always
Actually, the
Yeah.
footprint's a little smaller.
Yeah.
And as I had mentioned, they talked about leveling the parking lot
Mhm.
on, we'll say, the water side. So,
Yeah, 'cause
Great,
it's
so
kinda-
that's, yeah, it tilts,
like
yeah,
this.
yeah, it's tough to make that.
Yeah.
I'm
No.
sure they don't want to be down for that long anyway,
No,
so.
not at all. Not with, especially with the Taco Bell coming in. I
Right,
mean,
yeah.
2-3 weeks, the customer situation could really change.
Yeah.
Well, I hope everybody's making money, because we make money in the end, so.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And the gas station
Taxes.
has not been refloated in
No.
any capacity
Not right
whatsoever?
now, no.
Okay.
Who wants a gas station now? You can't make any money.
No kidding. The gas stations aren't
I
even
think they
paying
make
for
more
the
money.
gas.
No,
It's
they
cheaper.
do.
They're not even taking gas shipments because the price is so low. They're afraid it's going to go down another 5 cents.
Great.
No, good work, David.
Yeah. I love these reports we're getting.
Great?
Yeah, and I know we
Yeah.
drive you crazy sometimes, but it's not
No,
because of
it's
your lack
just-
of effort. It's just
No,
because we.
Yeah.
It's because of him. He's
Yeah, it's because of me.
You know, actually, in a lot of ways, the late at night on a Tuesday basically frees you up from like 4 o'clock on to really kind of get, because we've just been so busy. We actually had a lot of people walking in and out of our office with the CDBG material because we're looking to add more people to the list. So they've actually been coming in during the day and asking to get on a new list. So at least you haven't taken care of people on that type of situation.
And David, I know you were working hard with the lighting and stuff over at the MBTA access, but I'm
Yes.
assuming you're kind of
I
at a
am.
standstill.
Only, it's right now with this Miss Barrett, who works for Mr. Boyle and Mr. Morgan. She's got the information, pictures, everything. It's probably something that's not quite on a level of building on their property or something like that, just adding lights. So basically,
And temporary lights.
Right,
basically,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
I basically, I guess the suggestion was that Mr. Blaze do this particular project through Mr.
Wetzel.
Mr. Parker.
Oh.
Yeah, and so he's just waiting to ask a few questions like, okay, what's my jurisdiction on the property? You're obviously paying for this. Do you want a meter, or does it come to, does it need to be metered? No, it's just gonna be. We've been told we'll just run off of the dispatch station. He'll put it on a time clock that astronomical basically comes on when it gets dark. It goes off during the day. Photostat,
Yeah.
that's the word I was looking for. And, we're ready to have him go and do it as soon as they finalize our being on their property and the process of us completing it,
Okay.
so.
So, and that just for everybody's, and as we all know, and this has not been for lack of effort on the town of Ayer by any means whatsoever. So, hopefully, we can have some resolution by our next meeting.
People are working on it, so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Thanks.
No, David. Great report.
Okay, good.
It's a good way to
so
start the
happy
year,
for everybody.
and I think we're almost capacity downtown, right? I mean, we're
The rear of the Fletcher Building, which is 1200, of Mr. Francis, and we're always active with that. And what Mr. Berry has left of Mr. Spiro's building, which is basically right from the Woody's Barber Shop down. He basically wants to redo that, make that updated to make a new office. I guess he just hasn't had the time to have somebody go in, and the plugs need to be, the outlets were all kind of beat up from the hair salon. He wants to change the look inside. He wants to modernize it. It would make a great office like Mr. McGuan has across the street.
Sure.
For a professional. So that's what he's looking for.
Feel free, if anything closes on this, to let him know so he can let us know.
Closes.
So, if anything changes,
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah.
See,
I'll-
like the
I'll-
fire station.
I mean, you don't have to wait for a meeting like this.
please
I
put
mean,
Oh, no,
Janice and I on
no,
speed
no,
dial,
no,
even if it's the middle of the night.
No.
Exactly.
It won't be, of course. We'll basically, work to get that done. I just think that right now, at this situation, they just have to agree with the changes that we've asked for, and they're ready to go. I mean, they were hoping to be in this building for the winter for his crews to be working on it, They kind of start from the inside out,
Right.
because at least they got a place to begin working with. It's a structure.
Sure.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Awesome.
All right, sounds
Okay,
good,
great.
David.
Thank you.
2015.
Yeah,
There
no,
you go.
thank you. Happy New Year.
All right.
Drive carefully.
Just gonna ask for $1 million of the FinCom, if that's okay.
Okay.
Feel
Yeah, go
free.
for
They're
it.
the
Go for
FinCom. Yeah,
Knock yourself
let it
out.
fly.
Yeah. That's Friday cash.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, that was a good update.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Nice way to start up the new year. Nice
Yeah.
positive
Hopefully
update.
we can keep it going. We're done that. So we are up to, thank you for joining us.
Yes, thank
Who
you.
are you?
I am the town administrator.
Oh, hi,
Robert
so
Conrad.
nice. Nice to meet
Happy
you.
New Year. Mr. Chairman, through you to members of the board, Happy New Year.
Nice to see you. Haven't
Happy
seen
New Year,
since
good to
before
see you. I was
Christmas.
with the Open Space folks next door. But Happy New Year, and I know that Mr. Maher gave a very dynamic report of the economic development activities, but I think it's just important, real quick, in looking back at 2014, not only the board, but all of our committees, elected officials, volunteers, and residents, that 2014 was a great year for the great town of Ayer, and a lot was accomplished. And unlike many municipalities in Massachusetts that are struggling fiscally, and I don't say this lightly because this is due to a lot of hard work and very conservative budgeting, which has paid off. The town is in great fiscal strength in terms of its bond rating and its reserves. And as we commence with the FY16 budget, we remain very conservative and cognizant of our main goal and challenge, which is to provide the highest quality of municipal services to our residents at the most affordable price. And I think that the town as a whole accomplished that in 2014, and will do that again in 2015. So just real quick, a couple highlights under my update. The Open Space and Recreation Plan Committee is underway, meeting next door with the timeline to make a recommendation for updates to that plan to you by May of this year. It'll be about a 5-month process. The Depot Square land transaction, Mr. Chair, I know what you had mentioned briefly, just for the board's benefit. At this time, the matter of the transaction of that land still remains between Mr. Barry and the MBTA. And we have, not from lack of trying from our office, continued to impress upon the legislative delegation as well as the MBTA and MART a timely resolution to this. As I said to the newspaper yesterday, I know that's the goal of this board, to bring this transaction to conclusion and ideally to have construction commence this spring. So we will continue to make that a priority. Superintendent Wetzel and the Stormwater Rate Committee will appear before you at your meeting on the 20th, just to make an informational presentation on their findings and on the issue of stormwater. As you know, the town meeting established the fund. This is the issue of the rates and fees. It'll just be informational for the 20th. The FY 2016 budget process is underway. The Capital Planning Committee will meet again tomorrow at 5 and has been making great progress on the various capital requests. The Water and Sewer Rate Committee has had 2 meetings and will continue to meet, and will be coming before this committee, before this board, with recommendations accordingly. The budget hearings have commenced upstairs tonight with the Finance Committee, so that budget process is well underway. The IT committee will be looking for some other volunteers in addition to them to do a full update of the town's website for 2015. As you can all appreciate, with websites, you need to update them, give them a new look, including the Facebook page. So Ms. Knox will be heading that up, but we want to get some other volunteers and some input from the board, in addition to updating it and having it more icon-driven and more aesthetically engaging. Tied into that is the ongoing goal of increased online business and online permitting. So I know that you'll see in the first half of 2015, Parks and Recreation, a lot of their programs going online. You can do water and sewer bills now. Parking tickets were done in August. So we continue to phase in the online permitting and online business, not to phase out town hall or customer service, but in the 21st century, people like to
What
do
about
business
building?
remotely.
Is building, I know Gary brought that up a while back. And
Yes, and building is another key component for this year. Tied into that, assuming it passes through the FY 16 budget, will be the digitization of records. We're going to begin, the plan is to begin with the town clerk's office. The digitization will then allow public access to vital records. In some case, there'll be a fee, like if you're getting a
Sure.
birth certificate and so forth. Lastly, the town's comprehensive plan is due for its update. It's every 10 years. 2005 was the last time it was updated, so we will talk about that more at the next meeting. And of course, as I mentioned, the Energy Committee has reconvened and will be having recommendations shortly for this board, as mentioned
For the
in
lights.
February, for the street lights, solar development, and the LED project. So that was just a quick
Windows?
snapshot. And Windows remain.
Sorry, I'm gonna beat this until you tell me they're getting
and
installed.
Windows remain on the top of the list as well.
So they're working
to bring
on
it to
that.
conclusion. So
Fire station or the windows?
Yeah.
One of them.
Yeah.
I'm going-
One
I'm
of them's going.
Yeah.
going.
Go big or go home. I'm going for both.
So, the next item is just, the Mass Municipal Convention is on the 23rd and 24th of January. I know that Selectmen Luker and Livingston are planning to attend. Myself, Ms. Antonellis, Mr. Chair, if you're available.
Mr. Chair has 2 horse shows,
Okay,
2 skiing
okay.
events for 2 different children, so I would love to. So please bring me back the highlights. But,
All right. So one of
Bring
the-
you back a magnet.
Yeah.
One of the things that is there's a Maya annual meeting, Maya being the insurance company we belong to, and they ask that the board nominate a delegate to vote at the annual meeting on their various proposals. It's generally a pro forma business meeting, those that have been in the past. It's not, Selectman Lugo could best characterize it. I know I've been to many with him, but anyway, we're looking for a nomination for an official delegate to vote at the conference. So how it generally works, it's usually a selectman, so.
I'm comfortable with both of you, so whatever you guys decide is fine with me.
Good. As long as one of us is there to vote, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it, Janice?
Sure, I'll do it.
All right.
All right. So what is the? It's the.
I'll just submit selectman.
All right. So we don't have to make a
Yeah,
vote or anything
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay. The
I
agenda.
get a little nervous when he's kind of like, "Oh, you go ahead." You know,
How would you, through the chair, how would
Yeah.
you characterize?
It's a no-brainer.
it's a no-brainer.
Yay, nay, yeah, yeah.
I mean, they outline the questions, they outline what their recommendations are. I mean, if you want to vote on it the next meeting, I mean, it's really not necessary. You know, the intent there is they're putting out what their recommendation is, the Mass Municipal Association, who kind of works for us.
Sure.
And all you do is yay and nay. I think every time I've gone, I've had maybe 2 no votes, not us, in the crowd.
Out of 300 people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out of
So
all
you
the
get
town.
a free breakfast. And,
So, I mean, basically, their steering committee, they recommend things that are important to all the cities and towns, and a lot of it is budgetary, and looking for support from the state, that's all. So it's, everybody in favor? Yeah. Okay, let's go eat.
is it good food there?
The food is good.
Really? Robert, I might be able to make Saturday.
Buffet.
Okay.
Buffet is good.
All right.
You could probably sneak right in. No, they
So
take
I will,
tickets,
I
sorry.
will submit Selectman Livingston's credentials. The agenda was, yes,
Ooh.
the agenda was, okay. So item 3 is, came from town council today, and I do appreciate the board's consideration. It's what is called the determination of consent. Because Copeland and Page represents the town of Ayer, and they also represent the town of Groton. The town of Groton is, again, wants to pursue looking into the Lost Lake region, connecting the sewer connection into the town of Ayer's system. What I want to clarify is, A, this is, again, at the very conceptual level. B, the determination whether to actually do that and move forward rests with this board. What I'm asking for tonight is that this determination, by approval by the board, is that the Board of Selectmen of Ayer are aware that A, Copeland and Page also represents Groton, and that they're going to do some legal work pertaining to the intermunicipal agreement.
Possible interest.
Pardon?
Possible.
Wasn't it
Possible.
shot
Possible.
down
Yes, it's been
pretty
it's come
soundly
down-
in Groton just
it's-
a year or so ago?
Yeah, it's come down twice.
Yeah.
It's been proposed twice and has been shot down twice
Yeah.
by actually Groton. We never got to the point in air, if you will, to public hearing to determination.
No,
So I want
no.
to make it very clear, I know the board is aware of this, but clear for the public that This is in no way the board agreeing to anything except that the
Sure.
board is acknowledging that town council is going to do some legal work for the town of Groton pertaining to a potential, emphasis on potential, document that could impact air.
I'm sorry, Gary, go ahead.
No, I was gonna make a motion. Go ahead.
Just, would this allow us to pick up possibly that section of, like, down by McNiff's farm that never, for some reason, got tied in? I mean, that's gonna bring it right by there, and I know that's probably for Mark, but I'm just,
Yeah,
I mean, would that allow us to upgrade that infrastructure? Because I know there's some residents down there that don't have
but
city services, so I'm assuming that's coming right down.
No, I don't know if it'll bring it in that.
Would it be bringing it down? Would it be
It's
bringing it
coming
down
up near the
Sandy-
rail trail.
So there's changes, 'cause I know originally it was gonna
Yeah.
come down Sandy Pond and.
This is, Smith Street. It's kinda
Yeah, it's,
where the
that's what I thought,
hospital
okay.
is, the rail
Okay.
trail, and then
Got it.
behind that.
All right, because I know initially they were talking about Westford Road at one
Right.
point. Okay.
Right.
so,
That'd be great if they did.
Yeah.
right, under state law, I mean, Copeland and Page, they have to go through this process. So again, there's no reason for the board not to authorize and sign this.
And there's no cost that our.
There are no
yeah.
costs, and again, just to be clear, this, obviously, the town of Groton is preparing to pursue this again. But in the end, it will require this board and the town of Ayer to make the determination to approve it. If you remember last time, and this was only conceptually on the table, if they were to do it, first of all, the flows would have to be conducive to the air system.
Sure.
B, they would be paying for those flows, and that would have to be agreed on. 3, they would pay for all of the legal work and the construction of the connection down, I believe it is that Smith Street area,
Yeah.
as well as all of the legal costs. But we're not even close to that yet. This is just a procedural thing that this board is aware that, because we use the same town council, is
Yeah.
going to be doing some legal work for Groton pertaining to a document that potentially could impact air.
The only thing I worry about is future development off that one line,
Exactly.
and then it could be a burden on our services. But
True. The problem is they're in a pickle and we are the only ones that can possibly bail them out
Or-
reasonably.
Or
you
a
know.
deep well.
So I think they're gonna keep bringing it back to the table until,
Yeah. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve as pursuant to Rule 1.7 Mass Rules of Professional Conduct, consent for the town of Groton to use Copeland and Page regarding a water service intermunicipal agreement with Groton and Ayer.
and just to, I'm fine with
Yeah.
the motion, but the ball gets rolling farther and farther along on this. We have the right to separate this if we feel like we need.
Right.
Yeah,
To the
okay.
chair, this in no way
Okay.
has actually nothing to do with the project. It's
Sure.
just
No, I understand.
Right.
Okay.
But it's an excellent point, because
Yeah, I don't want to be stuck with,
we don't want, and we don't want the public to think that in
Mhm.
any way, we're not even there.
Yes.
And we
Okay.
may not even get there.
Probably not.
Basically, they need our permission to do
but-
the
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Seconded.
All in favor, Gary?
Aye.
Janice?
Aye.
Chair says aye. Motion passes. Thank you.
And then the last item, Mr. Chair, through you to the board, is just informational in nature, but I know that this was an important program of this board and that this board has supported. And I'm pleased to report that effective tomorrow, the Town of Ayer Senior Citizen Property Tax Work-Off Abatement Program will commence. All of the forms and applications will be available online as well as in the Selectmen's office at Town Hall. We've had projects submitted from departments for some time, so we're ready to go. And I do want to thank Mr. Johnston, who put in a lot of effort as far as working out all the nuts and bolts and the tax implications to the program. But I know a lot of folks have asked for a long time, including this board. And so tomorrow, you'll be able to find the applications will be up right on the homepage of the website, and also available at the Selectmen's office and the Council on Aging. So
And this never got off the ground, if I recall before, right?
we had this
Tax
board. You
issues
guys
and-
had this board had approved it, and
Mhm.
it was underway. And then there were changes in the IRS laws that delayed it for
Thanks.
almost an entire year. And then we got it back up, and it will go into effect tomorrow. So, and I think those copies that have passed. So it's more of a public announcement, but also I think it's important where this has been a program of the board and a priority of the board that it will be underway.
And we'll promote this on the Facebook or the website
Yep.
and all that very soon.
Ms. Knox is going to put it all up tomorrow morning, and then for those folks that don't use computers, come see us at the Selectmen's office, the COA, and we'll continue to promote it.
Okay.
And Mr. Chair, that concludes my report. Thank you.
And just I had mentioned, and we didn't agenda it because we didn't have time because it was last minute, but to possibly, and Robert did look into it for a future meeting, and possibly using some of the kids up at the school that need the community service in the spring, possibly for litter cleanup or graffiti removal or
Cool.
for various departments. And I believe you spoke to Superintendent Malone, who was...
Yes, I did, through the chair, I did speak to Dr. Malone, who is very big on these type of programs.
Yes.
And of course, with it being 8 degrees out today.
Yeah, no,
But she felt, and Principal Haas, that at the high school, that starting probably beginning of April, and so was
Sure.
very interested on just basic litter pickup to some other
Yeah, and
beautification
I'd
projects.
leave it open to the department heads if they have various projects or what that we could use them for, but I think it'd be a great way for them to give back to the town and obviously for us to benefit from it. Maybe Jeff down at the park for a Saturday or something would be great.
Robert, is there any schedule of a leadership meeting? The schools?
Yeah, through the chair to Selectman Luca, we are supposed to have a meeting in January. If you remember at the last meeting, there wasn't a hard date set. I will be speaking to my counterpart tomorrow in Shirley. And also, I saw Dr. Malone tonight on another issue, and she had mentioned, so we have to figure out a date, because we did say there would be a January meeting to discuss the issue of the FY16 assessment.
And do we schedule a by-board meeting?
We need to do, we did not, through the chair, the by-board was contingent upon the leadership meeting.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I will get that
Are
information
we-
to
are
the
we-
board.
We
Looking
need
at
to do that.
a joint
Yes.
board like we did in the past, or just the leadership group? Or,
The leadership, well, I don't know.
because I know we've done joint boards in the past when it was really tough, and, I mean, I'm fine
We
with
could,
leadership
I
meeting. I
mean,
just,
it's,
sometimes the leadership might be a better way to go, but I was just curious.
well, it didn't go well last meeting, so, I mean, I suppose it could be,
Maybe we should all
It
be
could
there
be
then
better.
for
I mean,
unity.
well, I mean, it's
It's the same stuff.
just nailing it down and trying to, you know, I
Well,
mean,
then-
nobody wants to just
We're all on the
say,
same team, yeah.
We
I
are,
know.
but you just, I mean, we have
I know how
to
you
deal
feel.
with all the tax base in town too, and,
Absolutely.
you know, to us, it's a department, really, even though they're on their own, it's just, so, you gotta
Yeah.
balance it.
I will, through the chair, advise the board tomorrow, I guess, to find out, because the other thing is, the board is aware, surely in November at their town meeting, they changed, their town meeting will occur before ours, so per state law, the assessment has accelerated for the regional school district, so that whole budget process has moved up about a month, so time is of the essence.
Yeah.
And they're doing theirs before the elections, March.
Yeah, they used to do theirs in June, and
Oh.
they're now gonna do it in the end of April.
Yeah,
I'd like to do ours before the election too,
so
but,
it's gonna be a little quicker.
yeah.
And we still don't know with the new governor whether the budget's gonna be around the
Yeah.
last Monday of the month, or is it gonna?
That's right, I forgot.
That
It's
remains,
Thursday, right?
Yeah,
that remains
forgot all about that.
Yeah, they're gonna
unclear.
fight too.
Don't they get more time in the
You gonna
first
go?
Did you get the second one? Or out in Worcester? I got both.
Yeah, I got one. Yeah.
I got the one in Boston and then there's one in.
Yeah, I think it was the one in
Ayer
yeah.
station.
Well, that's good. We hope.
We'll see.
All right, Robert. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't. And the shredding and stuff is still.
Yeah, that event was successful, and we're going to do another one in the spring.
Yeah, we have the Secretary of State's. I was finally able to make contact. They're gonna have someone come from Boston here, just to give an overview of how to do your records
Sure.
management. So I'm working on setting up a date, but we kept our shred bins upstairs. There was no cost. And then we'll schedule a date. Cindy and I were thinking maybe like April, May, June. And then we'll just kind of keep it on a twice a year cycle.
Sure.
Because there's, especially when they're coming out, kind of give an overview.
Great.
Is Secretary Galvin coming? Because he's the head of
Yes.
historic and the state,
Really?
Yes.
Yes, could you
No, he
schedule
won't
that
be coming.
quickly?
but-
Really?
He is the
So-
chairman of
The
Yeah.
historic committee?
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
historic is under him.
Why don't we invite
Why don't you for
Secretary
lunch or
Gelman
something?
to a
Yes.
future meeting?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Robert.
He can come to both, whatever works for him.
Yeah,
Why don't you throw that invitation out there?
yeah.
I'd like to speak to him about the windows.
Yeah, let's see if we can get common sense into the room.
Of course, my business will be shut down and I'll be audited, but
Ah,
yeah, never mind.
No.
I didn't realize that. I've actually met him. He's actually a nice
He's a nice
guy.
guy.
So yeah, he really is.
For Democrat.
For I was waiting for you to say it.
Sorry.
now we won't come.
So that's it for you, Robert, right?
Yeah.
Gary's J-Boss update?
J-Boss update, well, there's not, Janice went to the last meeting. She
Yeah, you guys look good on the cover of the paper. It's
Was
I
just
know, I haven't
pretty-
seen it.
Oh, we were?
Yeah, yeah.
I know, I haven't seen the photo.
Did you take pictures?
I tried.
No.
Yeah, I haven't seen the photo. I heard it was okay.
I didn't see it
Yeah,
either.
yeah. The two of you guys were.
Yeah.
I think Janice was impressed with what we were going through and
Impressed or not impressed?
impressed by some of the
Well,
discussion.
I thought, well, there was kind of a couple different discussions. If I remember correctly, though, we need to start having some public hearings.
Right. On the
as-
zoning
On the
changes.
zoning
Yeah.
changes,
Sure.
It's-
and making sure, getting those arranged, because we need to have those public hearings before we even have town meeting. Because the super town meeting, if I understood everything correctly, there was a lot of discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Super town meeting wasn't working right because you couldn't get all the towns in line. And then what was happening is that one town could override two towns. So now it's just a simple majority vote.
Well, we're gonna try.
We're gonna try it.
We're gonna try to, but you have to have a meeting to have that
Sure, no, I understand.
change.
Right.
So,
And so by having all the public hearings, that'll get the public aware, so at least when it goes. And then I think it was being discussed to being put on the ballot.
well, we
Instead
talked
of-
That's
about
what
that.
I
You know,
saw.
it's being
Yeah, I saw
discussed.
that. You
You know,
were
it's
going
being
back and forth
discussed
this
about
Saturday. I
being
was
put
reading
on the
that, yeah.
ballot
Yeah.
versus a town meeting, which would increase public awareness.
Correct.
And
Yeah,
I'm all for
yeah,
that.
Yeah.
I'm all for that.
I mean, it hasn't worked, well, Vicksburg Square and 2B, I mean, both times it was,
The problem with Pittsburgh Square, and I'm not saying either one was wrong, a lot of people voted not really knowing why they were voting for or against that.
because there's a lot of people now that wanna
Yeah.
take over the,
Right.
And has it been floated that maybe if they wanted to float some tax revenue towards these towns, like Shirley, that would certainly help?
we talked about that briefly, and,
They don't want to do that, but
No.
I mean,
now, I don't know who's taken over or if anybody has.
Not yet.
No,
You
it's
mean
been-
at?
yeah, no,
Yes.
it's George. Yeah.
So-
Yeah, I don't think we've heard anything.
But I mean, like Shirley, I mean, I think that's a great project over there. But what do they get from it? Traffic. I mean, they don't get a tax revenue from it. Which
Well,
is,
they're supporting their housing,
sure.
you know,
Yeah, no,
and-
what? Yeah.
and I can understand that, and
Sure, I
hopefully
agree.
down the road,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully it won't impact their services,
Well, exactly. Yeah.
as much,
Mhm.
and it'll create some, there's some talk about the different things in Grant Road. Harvard is kind of cool on a lot of the changes, so,
Mm-hmm.
I was a little confused as to what Harvard.
they
was.
like to look everything over.
because I got the
Had
feeling
noise.
there was a lot, that they had all agreed at one moment, and then 10 minutes later, all decided to disagree with each other, and then they couldn't figure out who was disagreeing with
You're
each
used to that
other.
though, right?
And, you know, is this good? And was somebody paying attention to actually what they were saying and representing them well? And quite honestly, after I left, I thought, I don't think any one of them has actually figured out what their people want.
And that's.
Because I heard, I felt like there was
That's
a lot
always
more
been like that.
talking than there was listening. And one thing I think that this board has started very much improved on is the listening
Sure.
versus the talking.
I don't want to say they beat it to death because they get their results, so
Right.
that process works for them.
It does work
in
for them.
Harvard.
It does work for them, but to
And-
mingle it with, you know, others, you could see the differences, you
Yeah.
know.
So we're still talking about that. We're talking about setting up hearings. Leo Blair stepped down as chairman.
Yeah, there was a whole thing about that, right? That
I
There
didn't
was a-
become chairman.
FDR.
That was like
And-
a whole 45-minute discussion. It
Right,
was just-
and Ron Ritchie from
Yeah.
Harvard took over, so.
Ironically, at the end of that meeting, I wasn't sure if Leo Ed actually stepped down and the new guy stepped in. Because I didn't think it was
If
actually.
Gary was chair or
I
not
didn't
chair.
actually think that it was ever spelled out clearly, you know, and then even when I got the email, you know, with the whole agreement, and I read that,
It
and I
still
went,
isn't really-
I still have
I
no
was
idea.
confused on that too.
Yeah.
That
I
she read
still
the whole
have
protocol of
yeah,
chair
the whole
and not
protocol,
chair.
and
Yeah.
I read that, and I went, I still don't think we got the answer to the question.
No, it's really, you know, it's not a
Whatever.
big deal. You
Yeah.
run the meeting, that's it, you know.
Right.
Yep, exactly.
Whoever, you know, gave Mickey Mouse to do it, you know,
Yeah.
it wouldn't make a difference.
Look at.
So, yeah. So there'll be more, you know, it'll be ongoing, and
All right.
we'll see where it goes. Yeah, and I was gonna ask you if you heard anything about George replacement. And the other thing is the psychiatric facility that John wrote a good article on. But I'd like to get some.
Yeah, it was a good article, John. Actually.
I'd like to get some clarification on that, and how, if any, effect it'll be on our facility on the Hill,
Okay.
the medical facility,
Mm-hmm.
which is our largest employer and our largest taxpayer.
Is it really
So,
our largest employer? I mean, I
Yeah.
guess that makes sense. I just never really thought
I
of it.
don't know if
that
it's,
way.
it might not be our largest
Yeah, but-
taxpayer, the electric company might be.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But they are the largest employee. So, I know you thought that
How an increase in psychiatric
Well, they just
facilities
built-
will impact them.
they
yeah.
just built a senior psychiatric wing. So, now I'm all for competition, but I'm not all for them taking the hospital.
I agree with you.
As a start,
Yeah.
you know?
I
But-
think though with those services, because when I worked in the Senate,
Yeah.
there's such
A demand.
a
Yeah.
need.
Yeah,
And
Yeah, it's
it's
a
a
rampant.
lot of it's
Yeah.
youth too,
Yeah.
right?
right, and geriatric psych is, the closest one to here is Gardner, besides up the hill.
Oh,
I mean, to
okay.
have that specialized
So that's why they built it
service,
up there.
Yeah, but they need,
We'll go
the
more rooms.
beds, yeah.
There isn't enough, even
There's
if, yeah.
Not even close to enough.
Right,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
But it's good for clarification.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
just, you know, just out of respect for them, I mean,
Mhm.
Oh, sure.
they've been a good neighbor. you
Yeah,
know.
absolutely. I guess we're on to, was there anything else, Gary, from
No,
each of us? Wow, moving right along. Approval of minutes, December 16th.
Okay. I make a motion that the board approve the meeting minutes of December 16th, 2014.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Chair says aye, minutes approved. Thank you for keeping way up to date on this, Carly. Even though we had a couple weeks in between. Did we pass on? No, we did. We did finalize those. I know there was a question in the last minutes, but, because Gary wasn't here, but I think we passed them anyways at the last minute.
Yeah, they do.
What? What was the question?
I was talking to myself and the words weren't coming out right. There was a question on, I think, because Gary missed the meeting, but I think we approved the minutes regardless because you and I were here and we agreed. I was just, does that
Yeah, we
ring?
approved
It
minutes,
just
yeah,
rang in my head.
okay.
Okay, all right, sorry about
Yeah.
that.
We're all up to
Just
date.
Yeah, all right,
the
we're
way
good.
you
Yeah,
come
no,
out
it
of your
wasn't coming
mouth,
out.
I'm like,
No, I'm sorry. It's been a long day.
like, I can't
Is
follow the
that
question.
on the second? Is that,
Yeah,
Yes.
Yep. All right.
I'm sorry, I missed it.
Yeah, it was a very exciting meeting.
Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Janice and I couldn't figure out how to say second.
We had the same problem.
Yeah, we did too.
It's
Yeah,
very
we've been
odd,
there.
you know?
It is.
You wait for the third, and then just as you get used to the two, the third walks in, and then you're like, well, where'd you come from?
Yeah, no, absolutely. Robert, just real quick, was there anything, did Superintendent Wetzel provide anything else in terms of water shutoffs, in terms of delinquent payments, or?
Through the chair, I will get an update from
Okay.
him for when he comes for the 20th. I'll have an update.
Okay, I've been asked a couple times about that. I know you were
You're
saying
looking
some.
for water.
Well, I know
shutoffs?
there was some delinquent ones again. and
Okay.
We had discussed, I think, all of us about,
Yeah.
eventually, there's,
Okay.
someone's gonna get shut off. And, updating the computer software can only go so far in terms of why we haven't. I'm not saying that's not legitimate, I'm just saying, and, any luck getting a hold of the Sandy Pond Schoolhouse? And I dropped the ball on that too,
I have contacted them. I have not heard back from them, so we're
Okay.
actively working to get them
Okay.
down here.
all right, and I'll try to help out with that if I
Mhm.
can too. It'd be nice to get them here and see
Yep.
if they have a plan moving forward for that nice site. So,
Can I just ask one
yeah, go ahead.
thing? You mentioned DPW, just shook my head. And I had mentioned this to Carly, I think she contacted Mark. There was a pole out here, light pole,
Okay.
that was,
Hit.
it
Again?
looks like it was hit. I
One
don't
of
know
the
if it
decorative
was
ones?
hit by one of our plows.
All right.
It's on the crosswalk right out here.
Okay.
I have an email into Mark on that.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um,
We'll
We'll follow
let the
up.
board know.
It looks like, I don't know if it got hit by a sidewalk
base of
plow, the base is up like this. It's a
Okay.
shame, because that's a new one.
Right. Okay.
I hate to replace the replacements.
Yeah.
We will advise.
No, and I know she worked
Yeah.
on it, but
And I'm not sure, did they
I'd
even
like to get
plow?
an answer.
Did they
you
plow
know?
the sidewalks this past storm? I know.
They did, it just took a while.
Well,
but,
a
you
lot
know,
of
it's
towns.
funny,
Westford didn't plow at all.
I was driving through Groton, I'm looking at the sidewalks, I'm saying, wow, they do a good job, they do it down to the ground. Now, I don't know why our sidewalk plow doesn't plow down to the ground.
It's probably the
Because you end
conditions.
up- Well, you also end up chewing up the sidewalks.
It's probably
So
the-
it's,
I mean,
you know,
Groton's didn't look chewed up too much, I'm just wondering
Could
if
be
it's
the
a
condition of the road that the sidewalks are
different
doing.
Yeah.
so.
type of plow. or-
Some towns, we came back from the airport on Saturday night, and some towns chose not to plow, assuming it was gonna be 55.
Yeah.
Didn't work out well
Yeah.
for them. Air thankfully
Manchester,
did.
but-
What's that?
Did you want to Logan?
Yeah, into Logan, and it was fine until about Acton, and then it went south in a hurry. And we,
Did you drive through Harvard?
no, we came through Littleton, and then Air was great until we got to my driveway and had to make the trek up because.
Well, you live in like the cornfields of.
Yeah, well,
Ayer
the top of
Township.
Mount Washington is tough to get up to, and you know, in the middle of an ice storm.
400 feet, buddy.
Yeah, I know. You know how I feel in the pouring rain. So that concludes the open portion of tonight's meeting. We will be adjourning from open session into executive session pursuant to Mass General Law, Chapter 30, Section A. I'm sorry, Chapter 30A, Section 21, Exemption 3, Litigation Strategy, Bolduc versus the Town of Ayer. Any discussions in open session would be detrimental to the town's strategy moving forward. And we will not be coming back to open session and adjourning from executive session once we are complete.
Second.
All right. Oh yeah, sorry. All in favor to enter into executive session?
I almost said all in favor, and I'm like, no, you just threw me.
Gary?
Aye.
The chair says aye. We are now in executive session.